When a group of tourists in Amsterdam take a bus tour of the countryside, they soon find themselves stranded in the woods with no help in sight. And, of course, that's when things go from bad to much, much worse as a merciless killer starts picking them off one by one in The Windmill. Hi, I'm Cinematico Magnifico of AmoralCrackpot.com, and welcome to the Nightly Chill. There's little to say about The Windmill aside from it being an utterly underwhelming slasher movie with a decent body count, uninspired scares, and unfortunately squandered scenery and performances. Writer-director Nick Jongeris certainly had a solid if fairly well-worn premise on his hands, taking a group of guilt-ridden individuals to the middle of the woods and essentially feeding them to the proverbial wolves. The movie is quick to set things into motion and gets right to the killing. The problems, however, come in immediately where the killings begin. While every character has an interesting backstory, they're simply dispatched too quickly for us to care. Their troubled stories told largely through flashing images and lazy exposition. 1972's Tales from the Crypt, which uses a vaguely similar setup, focuses on the individual stories of its sinners paying for their crimes, rather than on the how and why of these people being gathered together in the first place. And The Windmill would have greatly benefited from doing the same, rather than spending so much time on these characters sitting around in the dark and pointlessly bickering with one another. Things are only worsened through, quite frankly, lazy, uncreative kills. In fact, far too many characters are killed off in a similar boring fashion. If the kills are uninteresting, and much of the movie is focused on the most boring aspects of the story, then what reason is there to watch? Well, in all fairness, the movie is generally well shot, and the performances are compelling, with the actors dedicated to the emotional arcs of their characters, despite the movie effectively gutting this material. Now, I can only assume these issues were a creative decision on the part of Jongeris, choosing instead to spend much of the movie's budget on a few key special effects shots, rather than filming the more interesting, if visually less appealing character moments. Unfortunately, this gamble doesn't pay off for Jongeris, or those of us who ultimately choose to watch The Windmill. And that's why, regardless of how much I like the idea of The Windmill, I can't give this one anything other than a no chill. That's gonna do it for us tonight on the Nightly Chill. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and also be sure to leave me any questions, comments, suggestions for future reviews, and maybe even discuss today's movie at greater length. And as always, this video is brought to you in part by our viewers. If you'd like to learn how to support this and other projects, please visit AmoralCrackpot.com or check the description below. But until next time, y'all need to make like a tree and get out of here.